I feel like everything I do is millennial core. Hello and welcome back to our Slow Mad Fam Christmas series. We are staying right now in Portugal. It's in the Algarve, and we're going today on a little road trip. Today we are going on a road trip to Fatima, which is in central Portugal. The first time we went there, we kind of just went there by accident. It was the closest place that you could get public transit to in order to visit the Italian monastery and the caves. And we ended up really liking it. It's just a weird and wonderful place. So we're going to take you there, and you're also going to love it. Where else? Our first stop was a detour to the one and only closed Starbucks along our route, which was at this shopping center in Lille. You would be forgiven for thinking it was for the millennial woman, but actually this stop was for the tot. We took the main toll highway across the country to get from the Algarve to Fatima. The journey was mostly too boring even for this channel and cost about 40 euros in tolls. Google said it should take about 3.5 hours for this drive, which was so far from reality that I won't even tell you how long it actually took us. We suspect these drive times are more for a local speed. We stayed at Hotel Alleluia. It's a charming family hotel right beside the shrine, which is the main attraction here in Fatima. The hotel has a €5 breakfast and a dinner buffet. We arrived on a regular old Thursday night and waddled over to the sanctuary after an Indian curry meal, just to see what was afoot.
O tempo torna-se eternidade e os Maria, Mãe de Deus, rogai por nós, pecadores.
Preghiamo per la conversione dei peccatori. Oremos por la conversión de los pecadores.
Honestly, the less you know about Fatima, the better the experience. It's a totally unique place. It has some of the same vibes as visiting the Vatican, but you get a sense that there are fewer general tourists, and almost everyone has a greater reason for being here.
There are 3 churches on the grounds of the sanctuary. The massive Basilica of the Holy Trinity, which was built in the 90s and seats 8,600 people. The original Church of Our Lady of the Rosary, which was built between the 1920s and 50s. And the Chapel of the Apparitions. The original chapel is inside this glass building, and the outside, I'm not sure when they constructed it, but it looks pretty new, so I'm thinking the 2000s or late 90s. Every evening there is a candlelight service at the Chapel of the Apparitions, and we just happened to arrive at the perfect time. The very brief synopsis of the Fatima story is that the Virgin Mary appeared several times to 3 Portuguese shepherd children in 1917. She gave visions to the children which predicted the end of World War I, the start of World War II, and the fall of the Soviet Union. During her final appearance, a crowd of 30,000 to 70,000 is said to have witnessed a strange solar phenomenon. Even if you aren't Catholic, which we aren't, it's very interesting. It's such a cool place to visit. The knee walk to the shrine is performed by grateful pilgrims who have had their prayers answered by the Virgin. There is also a fragment of the Berlin Wall here. If the happenings of the shrine aren't novelty enough, the entire town is filled with gift shops that sell primarily religious items. You can even buy wax figures of your ailments and troubles to gift to Our Lady in the Fire. They sell everything from wax feet to babies. There are pros and cons to visiting Fatima at Christmas. As non-Catholics, the big pro is that there is no better time to get swept up in the tradition and lore of the Catholic Church than at this, the birth time of baby Jesus. In December, there is a Christmas concert, and of course there is a big Christmas Eve service. The con is that there is little of the commercial Christmas to be celebrated here. It doesn't sound like a con, but there aren't elaborate light displays, and the Christmas market is really just 1 or 2 little booths. Speaking of commercial intent, please like this video and drop a comment below so that we can please the algorithm. Outside of the town, you can visit the homes of the shepherd children, which are still preserved just as they were in the time of the apparitions. You can even take your photo in the very spot where the little shepherds stood for their famous photo back in 1917. A photo you will definitely see around Fatima. In this same area, you can hike to see various sites of the apparitions. Our legs were dead, and it was time to return to the Algarve. Fatima isn't just for Catholic tradition, it's also a great base to visit the Batalha Monastery, which is a huge Gothic cathedral, and to see the Grutas de Miradai, which is the largest cave system in Portugal. I'll publish another video about that in the future. We travel full time and post a new video every single week, and we would love to have you here. Please consider subscribing and checking out these other videos.